Hello, welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a weekly reading for the week of July 20th. If you're here for a reason, but as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I hope you guys are doing well. I feel like I've been very much indulging in just having a wonderful summer break, and I've been way off my routine, so I feel like I've been really sporadically posting, but I'm happy to do a reading here for us tonight. What do you have for this collective this evening? Well, this is lovely. Awesome. That's really sweet. It's like a very romantic reading. The Ten of Cups was on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up, so I'm kind of not surprised that that's the vibe that we're in right now. The Two of Cups is like one of the biggest cards of union in the tarot, right? I love this one. My kiddo and I just saw two separate rainbows the other day. It was really cool. That were kind of separated by many miles and about 45 minutes. I just love like the symbolism of the rainbows pouring into the cup like that, where their hands are holding. So we have an energy of a sweet union from that card. The Nine of Cups here is a wish card, right? It's a card of your dreams coming true. So if you are in this collective, I feel the energy of your dreams coming true in a union. Well, it was kind of funny. That card just flung out. And being really open to that. Like I just love this Nine of Cups card where like this light is like radiating out from her heart chakra, right? So it's like, it's this feeling of like big joy, and like you kind of just want to radiate like the joy and the beauty and like the pleasure and the peace of this union out to the world. It's really lovely. On the second line here, we have the Fool and the Eight of Pentacles. The Fool card for me is really all about taking that leap of faith. So this could maybe be a new connection for you, or kind of leveling up to a new level, or like a deeper level of a connection that you're currently in. But really just being in that energy of surrender, right? Like I've been working through this energy a lot lately, where sometimes it can be a little tricky, right? With relationships where we're going in with that open-hearted feeling, right? Really being in that place of trust and surrender, kind of are putting your heart out there, right? And you kind of don't really know what's going to happen. But I feel like with the Fool too, there's like this feeling of independence where she's got everything that she needs. She has like that open heart, that open mind. She's there for the adventure. So really being able to retain that feeling of like openness and surrender as you're moving to this deeper level, I feel is really important. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about work. It's like that card of kind of putting your nose to the grindstone, right? So really making sure that you are doing your inner work, you're staying grounded, you're staying peaceful, and you're managing kind of your own stuff, right? So that you're not projecting what's going on with you into your union. And Two of Pentacles. Do you have anything else for us here? This is funny. The Two of Pentacles, I'm just hearing in my inner voice, like, should I or shouldn't I? So there may be a part of you that's a little bit like back and forth, either about this connection or going deeper into this connection. There might be like a decision point. Maybe you're at a decision point, especially making the choice to go deeper, right? So I definitely feel this kind of energy of like, should I or shouldn't I? The Queen of Cups, again, is like that blissful surrender energy. Like, look at her. She's just so like in her zone. I feel that energy again of like that independence, where your power really comes back to you just being with you, right? You like, if you are trying to seek what you're looking for outside of you, you're going to be disappointed. It's going to push your union away. But if you kind of go within, do your inner work, find your peace and your love within, and then you're sort of like radiating that, right? And that's how you're magnetic to your union. So I feel like if you're at that point where you're, should I or shouldn't I, like kind of making a decision, just go within and do your inner work about it. And I feel like everything's going to be fine. Like everything for this queen is perfect. She is so blissed out. She's so peaceful. Like, yeah, she doesn't have a care in the world. And she got herself to that state, right? That's like a really beautiful energy. I feel it's so much about openness and surrender, and that like the union that you want, or the thing that you want, being just magnetized by your beautiful energy. So in terms of our advice over here, we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. Put them away so I don't get distracted. So the 5 of Cups in this deck in particular is always very interesting to me because there's like a self-sabotage element here. So in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the 5 of Cups card is 3 cups spilled, and the guy is like focusing on those cups that have spilled, but there's 2 cups right behind him that are still full of good things for him, but he doesn't really notice them because he's so fixated on the things that he's lost rather than what's still there. This for her, she's like actively tipping over one of the bowls, and it's sort of draining into this like black hole. And even like her life force is kind of draining for her. I'm hearing in my inner voice energy leaks. So if there's any, I don't even know how to explain that if you're not on the same, doing the same spiritual work as me, like anywhere that you are allowing life or people or like your job to drain you, really working on boundaries. Like I just saw a vision in my head of consulting ChatGPT about this. So I don't know if that will resonate for you. I love using ChatGPT to help me with my inner work, especially if I'm feeling a little stuck. But yeah, anywhere that you are kind of maybe overgiving or allowing like the opinions of others to kind of drain you, right? The expectations of others. And I don't mean to do this in a way that sabotages a relationship or your job or anything like that. Like, I think it's safe to be reasonable about it. But yeah, if there are places where you're able to set boundaries, I'm feeling like that is a message of that card. And releasing anywhere that you're self-sabotaging. Like, it's kind of bouncing off of this Queen of Cups to me. So this is like, if you're doing your inner work, you're kind of on your own, you're on your spiritual journey, you're filling up your cup, right? Like your aura is full, your energy is full, your heart is full of your own love. And then you're going into a situation, like a circumstance or an environment or a relationship where all that good that you filled yourself with is just getting completely drained. And I really am feeling like that's showing me an energy leak. This is beautiful. I love that this is like such a lovely, it's like very romantic, but in like a really sweet and innocent way. So there's not like a lot of like heat or passion in this reading right now, but I also feel like that's such a lovely foundation for like this union and the next steps that you're taking. It's really beautiful. The Ace of Cups is exactly that. It's that really sweet energy. It's that energy of having your own inner well, your own internal cup, like overflowing with love, and that's the love that you're able to share with others. It's really bouncing again off the Queen of Cups for me, but like in a positive way. So the 5 of Cups was like almost in opposition to this energy, but the Ace of Cups is exactly this, where she's really filling up her inner well, she's filling up her inner cup, and then she's able to overflow that love into others. The 4 of Swords is just that restful, peaceful feeling for me. It's so peaceful. The 4 of Swords can be like recovering. So recovering from a heartbreak. But I'm really just feeling it as that peace. So if you are in this collective and that heartbreak piece resonates for you, it feels to me like maybe you're on like the tail end of healing that. So maybe it was like months ago, right? Or like years ago that you had a heartbreak. And now you're like at the tail end of healing that, where maybe there's still like a little bit going on, but you really are just in this like peaceful, restful place. I'm I'm really feeling like so much self-love in this reading. It's very beautiful. And then the Eight of Wands is kind of like a contrast to that Four of Swords. So where that Four of Swords is really still and peaceful and she's really just restful, there's like not a lot happening. The Eight of Wands is like this flurry of like movement and energy, and it's kind of coming right into this like central target. So if you're in this collective, I feel like you may be moving from a space or time, right, where you've really been in a place of rest, and you're going to maybe be transitioning into a period of more movement. And I feel like the crux of it kind of is this Two of Pentacles, where it's like this should I, shouldn't I kind of energy. And then with this Fool energy, you kind of are taking the leap of faith and you're deciding, okay, this is what I want to do. And then just letting go. She's like kind of holding onto this rope, right? But when she lets go, she's going to surrender backwards and kind of fall into this pool here. So it's that moment of deciding, like, what is that choice that you want to make, right? What is the thing that is calling to you, and then surrendering into it. And I feel like once you do that, that's when like this magic can happen, right? That's when the movement starts. So what I'm feeling is like enjoy the peace, enjoy the stillness while it's here, and like don't resist the change coming in. And like, as always, do what you want to do, what resonates for you, right? But the energy of this is saying, don't resist the change. Just enjoy the peace while it's here, and then let the change in when it comes. The Queen of Pentacles totally feels like your vibe. That's really funny because I was feeling that over here where even with that Queen of Cups, it feels like you're just so full of your own love and your own peace and your own joy and that openness and surrender, that like all of your good is just going to come right to you. So I'm definitely feeling her as that minor arcana Empress vibe, right? Where she is just chilling in her throne. There's nothing that she needs to do. She's not scrambling. She's not chasing. I just looked at the time and it's 12:12 if that resonates for anybody. This queen does not chase her good, right? She is so relaxed. She's just sitting there and all of her good is magnetized to her. And I feel like that's this energy for you. It's really beautiful. Anything else? She might be the period at the end of the sentence. It's like a really... I was channeling her when I put the Queen of Cups down. That's very funny. Do you have anything else you want to say to us in terms of advice? Or am I good? I got one more. The Three of Swords. I feel like it's funny because that's this heartbreak energy that comes before the Four of Swords. So I'm drawn to a few things here. One is that this queen has her eyes closed and she's just completely looking away from this. So I feel like with the energy that I was talking about, where I feel like you're kind of at the tail end of healing that heartbreak, I feel like that's why this is coming up. So if you are on a spiritual journey, if you do any sort of inner work, if you go to therapy, if you do spiritual work, if you even are like journaling about your journey and your feelings, right? Or if you're an artist, maybe you paint or create something about it. I feel like the advice here is that this is a call to really root out any last little pieces of this heartbreak, this betrayal, and like, honestly, this drama. This feels like a lot of drama to me right now. It's like an opportunity for you to really go into that space within you and make sure that all of that is healed, because you have the most beautiful opportunity here for healing and moving forward. And I feel like if you're really able to just tie up any loose ends with that sort of heartbreak and drama energy, you're going to be moving forward in such a clear and peaceful space. It's like really beautiful. So this is, I don't really use tarot to like read the future, just like read the energy that's kind of incoming, right? So to me, this is not like, there's not like incoming heartbreak or anything like that. I want to make that really clear. That's not the vibe of this reading at all. I just feel like it's an invitation for you to kind of dip into any of that might be still kicking around in your consciousness and just heal it. I'm going to pull a couple of twin flame cards since this ended up being a romance reading. What do you have for us here? It says 1-1, the chosen one, fast track to ascension. Yep, that's the twin flame journey. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have a link to my teachers in my comment or in my description, so you're welcome to look them up. I think they're the best information about twin flames on the internet. There's so much random nonsense about twin flames being toxic, and it simply doesn't have to be that way. But it is a spiritual path, and the journey is fun when it's done deliberately and with the right information and the right support, right? So I'm feeling that this is, if you're listening to this reading, it may be the case that you're feeling called to that journey. Fast track to ascension feels to me like this feeling, right, of overcoming that heartbreak, being really at the tail end of it, and then all of a sudden your journey kind of like kicks up into high speed a little bit, and there's like some more motion. I like that. If you resonate with being a chosen one, it's a pretty cool energy coming off that card. Anything else that you would like to say? We got 4-4, the generator, staying grounded. I love that. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna find my, I was trying to look for the yin yang oracle without, there we go. This energy of staying grounded feels very much to me, again, like the spiritual work, like making sure that whatever your practice is, again, if it's journaling, if it's therapy, if you're on like a deliberate spiritual journey, making sure that as your union progresses, as this relationship deepens, that you are staying grounded in yourself, right? And prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your spiritual work, making sure that your emotional landscape is kind of all sorted out, and really like rooting into that, because that's where your power is. I really feel that. It's like so lovely. It just really feels to me like the more you stay in touch with yourself and keeping your own cup filled, the more that all of this just naturally unfolds for you. Like, this is very much a reading about surrender. There's no control here. Let's see what the Yin Yang Oracle has to say. That's too much. What you got here for us? All right, we got 2. We got messages and dreams, and we have truth and expression. That's sweet. So if you are in this collective, pay attention to your dreams, right? And dreams are really interesting because sometimes they can be direct downloads, right? Sometimes they can be premonitions. Sometimes they just bring up stuff to work through. And I'm actually feeling the energy of this connecting to this 3 of Swords. So if you're in this collective, it may resonate that you might have a dream about whatever this kind of heartbreak situation was, or maybe a dream that helps bring those feelings to the surface, to help you work through them. I love this truth and expression card. That feels really peaceful to me. I'm feeling like that green color is bouncing off of like all these cards that kind of have that color, but showing up as your authentic self, right? Like in your authentic energy. I kind of feel like that's, I mean, these 2 queens, these are like my favorite queens in the whole tarot. I love them so much. Like, they're so peaceful. They're so grounded. They're so sure. They're like self-assured. They're confident in themselves, right? These ladies would not ever show up as anyone but their own true, genuine selves. And like, all of us can do that to the best of our ability, right? My spiritual teachers like to say you don't have to be an ascended master to manifest or have your twin flame or have your dreams come true, right? But being on that path, making that choice to show up as your authentic self just to the best of your ability feels to me like a really like a really powerful position for you. I love this reading. This is a fantastic energy. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.